Okay, so hello and welcome to update 2 for 2674 subs. That's double leet. Very cool, the channel is growing more than I expected, so it's time to expect more. The new aim is going to be 100,000 subscribers, because that's when I can start doing this full time. I really enjoy making videos, I love talking about mice and doing gaming related stuff, and it's so much more fun than working for someone else. Anyway, in the meantime, you can check out the website with the Find a Mouse feature. And also, if you look down the bottom here, there are two adverts. One is SteelSeries, that's an affiliate link that I put there. And basically, if you click that and then buy something directly from SteelSeries, then I'll get a percentage off that. But of course, I want you to get the best deal, so if you can find something somewhere else cheaper, then don't use the link. It's only if you see a good deal with SteelSeries, then definitely use my link to get to them. The next advert is just a Google advert. I have no control over that, and only click that if you see a product that you want. I do get part of the advert revenue, so this is another way that you can support the channel, but again, only click them if you're going to buy something from there, or if you're genuinely interested in what they're showing. And I also want to thank the community for using the Amazon links in the descriptions of my videos. When you buy through those, I get a percentage of that sale as well. But I don't get paid for that, like I don't actually just get money straight out of Amazon. I've chosen to get gift cards, which I'll then use to buy products off Amazon. And what can I get off Amazon? Keyboards, mouse pads, mice, you name it. So keep on suggesting the mice that you want me to review. At the end of each month, or when I have enough in the Amazon gift cards, I'll put together some packages that you can then vote on. So if you jump on my Twitter page, you'll see that I've put this vote up there right now. But the next vote will be package 1, 2, and 3, and in those packages, say, Package 1 might include the Final Mouse 2016 and a mousepad, Package 2 might be a Logitech keyboard, and Package 3 might be 2 budget mice and a mousepad, or whatever else I can afford at the time with that gift card. And then once I have those items, I'll review them. And this is another way of being sponsored. I won't actually need the companies to send me the free products, because I can just buy them with the money generated from the community. Anyway, that's the update. I don't really want to put out videos that are just about updates like this though. So here's a comparison review between the Mionix Castor and Razer DeathAdder Chroma. Both of these are really good mice in their own right. It's just going to depend on what suits you and what you can afford as well. Here's a click comparison for them. All the buttons seem pretty good, except the DeathAdder feels a bit harder to press in, while the Castor actually bottoms out a bit too quickly. But the Castor definitely has the lighter buttons to press in, except the scroll wheel, that's actually harder to press in, whereas the DeathAdder is quite easy by comparison. As you would have heard, both scroll wheels rattle in certain directions, but there's no rattle in the DeathAdder when you shake it. There is a rattle in my Castor. The Castor definitely has the better build and the better textures. The materials on this are really nice, smooth and rubbery. The DeathAdder, while good and comfortable, and it does have rubber grips on the sides, it doesn't feel as good. I mean, this is more of a cheaper sort of plastic. For some people that might be better and maybe it's more durable, but for general use, I definitely prefer the Castor like that. Both cables are braided and don't give me any hassle, but I think the Castor might be that little bit smoother. The mouse feet are both smooth, but again, I think the edge goes to the Castor, just a little bit better quality. When choosing a mouse, I always look at the base because that's what's on the pad, that's what's going to give you stability and it's going to determine how big it feels. The DeathAdder has a base of 11.5 centimeters in length, but the grip width where you actually hold the mouse is just over 6 centimeters, whereas the Castor base is 11.2 centimeters long and the grip width is just over 5.5, so the Castor definitely feels thinner. It's a little misleading though because of these angled edges. The camera lens might distort this a little bit, but it does look like the Castor is lower than the DeathAdder. I think the DeathAdder is about 4 centimeters high, whereas the Castor is maybe about 3.5. For the weights, the Castor weighs about 99 grams with a little bit of cable, and the DeathAdder weighs about 98 grams. Shapes, I feel that the DeathAdder is a bit of a safer shape and just a bit better balanced. Both mice have grooves in the buttons, as you can see there, but the Castors are definitely more comfortable. It's going to depend on hand size, but I find I can comfortably palm grip the DeathAdder, claw grip the DeathAdder, and even fingertip grip. That's with an 18.5 centimeter hand and 9 centimeters across from the thumb to the little finger knuckle. The Castor though, while feeling very good in palm grip, isn't as comfortable in the claw, but it's still good in fingertip grip. But again, it's really going to depend on your hand size. Now if you want the full sensor testing, then check out their individual reviews on this channel. But I'll just quickly show you the sniper test because that's one of the important ones. And both sensors track each pixel very clearly, very nicely. This is the DeathAdder Chroma, and it's very smooth at 3200 dpi. Now we're looking at the Castor, the small movements, pixel by pixel, very good performance, and quite smooth as well. Neither of them spin out when I rocket jump. You can set the liftoff distance to under 1 dBd on each. There's no jitter or angle snapping, no skipping. These sensors are amazing. And there is no acceleration or delay on each. However, the DeathAdder is just feeling a little bit more responsive than every other mouse. They can each do 400 dpi as well as 10,000, and they seem to perform extremely well at every dpi stage that you put it at. I haven't tested them all, but the ones I have tested have been very good. In terms of aiming in first-person shooters, it's going to be down to your hand size. For me personally, I prefer the Mionix Castor, but if your hand is bigger, you'd probably want to look at the DeathAdder. In the software, both give you DPI steps of 50, all the way from 50 or 100 up to 10,000. They're RGB mice with RGB cycling, and a few effects to get you by. Nothing too special in either. Both support macros. It seems like Razer has a bit of an advantage in the key binding with a few more options. So in conclusion, the Castor is more expensive and it feels a lot better. The materials are amazing. If you want a premium mouse, then that's the one to get. If you want a bigger mouse and a more safe shape, and if you want something cheaper, then the DeathAdder might be the better choice. They both suit a range of games and grip styles, although if you claw grip, be wary of the Castor. It can be done, it's just not the best. I'd be happy using both in competitive situations, although I still prefer the Zowie EC2A. Anyway, they're two great mice with amazing sensors, just different size, shape and quality. I hope that helps. Subscribe if you haven't already. Questions or comments, leave them below. I'll leave the Amazon links below in the description as always. And if you want to hear some more of the music that I make, then check out the SoundCloud, also in the description. So thanks for watching, like the video, it helps it come up in search, and I'll catch you in the next one.